be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods, Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, February 7th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you're a Brandon Curry fan, the updates that we're seeing right now must have you pretty damn excited. With less than a month to go now before he makes his season debut at the Arnold Classic, this might honestly be the best that we've ever seen Brandon look this far out from a show. During his Olympia prep, I remember us commenting on how much more improvement he has made in his legs, and they've only gotten better since then, which could make him all but unbeatable in that lineup if his conditioning is right. Brandon's one of the few athletes in recent memory who we thought reached their peak, then fell off, only to turn around and wind up even better than he was before. So unless something changes in the next 20-something odd days, there's a chance that he ends up running away with this one. For the most part, when people think about wellness, conditioning isn't usually the first thing that comes to mind. But if you're seeing these photos of Yarishna Ayala on your screen right now, it's hard to have any word other than conditioning to describe what we're looking at. We covered Yarishna a lot on this show during the inaugural season of the division last year, and I can't remember there being a point where she was ever this shredded. Now, how this plays out into her overall strategy and whether or not it works on the scorecards remains to be seen. But when you have an elite athlete pulling out all the stops less than 1 month out from one of the biggest shows of their career, it tells you everything you need to know about how bad they want to win. And unless someone wants it more than her, this is going to be one hell of an uphill battle for everyone else on that stage. I know people like to say, heavy is the head that wears the crown, but there's also plenty of weight stacked on your shoulders when you're saddled with the burden of expectations too. And right now, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who has higher expectations for their performance at the Arnold than Brett Wilkin. Now, if you've seen the progress photos from Brett's camp, you know there's plenty to be excited about because it looks like he's made a ton of improvements since the Chicago Pro last year. But we've seen huge expectations turn around and bite people in the butt before, especially when they're competing at the highest level. But if Brett can silence the noise and just focus on being the best version of himself that he can possibly be, the weight of those expectations will dissipate and everything else will end up falling into place. There are certain moments in life when you realize that timing really is everything, because sometimes the window of opportunity is open and shut before you even realize what was happening. So if you look at the Arnold Classic physique lineup and recognize that half of the names being thrown around as potential title contenders have barely gotten their feet wet in this division, all of a sudden it opens up a possibility for a bottle-tested veteran like Divine Wilson to slide in there as a potential dark horse. The word from his camp is that he's in better shape now than he was for any prep this far out. And the work they put in to bring up his legs in the short period between now and the Olympia seems like it paid off. In the past, we've seen guys like Ricky Moten Jr. use this show as their own personal coming out party. So if Wilson can strike while the iron is hot, this might be his time to shine. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.